Hello, everybody. I hope all is well. Let me make sure I am up and running the way I want to be up and running. I am Toyinda Smith Carter, and I am a best-selling author, a business consultant, master coach, public speaker, mentor, and also the principal of the Coaching Seat LLC. And at the Coaching Seat, we really enjoy working with professionals in terms of helping individuals to be coaching leaders and also certified coaches and facilitators. We've been doing this work for quite some time now. I think it's 10 years in consulting, but 6 years specifically working in the area of making sure we are reaching out to people leaders. And so we're super excited about the work that we are doing in that vein. Um, we also build in-house coaching programs. And within our in-house coaching programs, we also teach people leaders to take a coaching approach to leadership so that they can decrease attrition and increase retention. And we know that that is uh, one of the pillars and one of the goals we know that happens inside of organizations, because the people are the organization's most appreciable asset. And so we know that that's a focus area, and we know that that decrease has happened as it relates to keeping those really good team members and employees. And so this is the work that we're doing to assist and be a solution in this space. So as you come into the room, please say hello and speak to me, because I want to properly speak to you as well. The Coaching Seat is also very committed to establishing ourselves as the leading minority and woman-owned small business provider of both online and in-person coaching education. And our goal is to set the benchmark for excellence and innovation in the field. Specifically tonight, we are speaking to people leaders. And so these are leaders inside of organizations. And we know that managers fit this bill. And we know that managers and leaders want to facilitate progress, build trust, and retain employees. And so what we love to do is, again, teach managers to take that coaching approach. So using coaching and facilitation skills to enhance the team performance and organizational culture. And we know that training is needed, training and techniques is needed to drive that employee development, engagement, and retention. So we are here to provide that type of solution. Tonight, I'm here to give you a tip that equips. And that tip is to really understand the difference between supervising and coaching. And I'll just work into this theme or into this consideration and idea just a little bit. We do have what's called the Coaching Seats Alliance for professional coaches, and it's a professional development hub that's in place to strengthen your leadership capacities around coaching. And so in order to understand that hub, you can go to thecoachingseat.com and just choose the blue button that says TCS Alliance, and you'll find out more information. So before we get started, I just want to remind you that adopting a coaching approach can elevate your leadership skills and enhance your team's performance. And so I'm going to look at just some of the research that's out there that talks about how the managers are facing challenges, and then how a transformative approach is to add the coaching into the skill set. So a lot of times what we're understanding, what we're reading, and what we're experiencing is that managers become managers by accident. You can call them accidental managers. There was an article entitled "Nearly All Bosses Are Accidental with No Formal Training," and the research is showing that it's leading to workers leaving the environment or quitting. So many high performing employees are promoted to managerial positions without receiving the adequate training. I think if you think back to some of your experiences, you probably have heard of someone or even experienced it yourself of just being promoted up without having that adequate training. And many times that promotion came because you were a high performing employee, or that person was. And so a recent study found that nearly all bosses are accidental managers with no formal training. And what that is doing is it's leading to significant employee turnover. And specifically, this specific lack of training then contributes to 1 in 3 workers quitting their job. That was an article that I read. I read another article that shared that over the past 5 years, the average manager training has decreased by 19 days, with much of the decline occurring among managers who typically received the most instruction. So these were individuals who needed instruction, they needed understanding, they needed a structure on how to move forward in the managerial space. Now, to be fair, in 2023, most managers received an average of 50 days. This article was sharing with us 50 days of on the job training. And that is a decrease from 68 days of training in 2018. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics data shared this. So it's important for us to ensure that we're understanding what's happening in terms of employment statistics. Okay, so what I know to be a tried and true solution here is really embracing a coaching approach. And so transitioning from traditional management to a coaching role, it empowers managers to positively influence employee performance. So when we are able to provide guidance and support, managers as coaches foster better performing teams and help their people reach their true potential, which helps the bottom line of the organization reach its true potential. So the research is making it very clear that if we take this coaching approach, it's definitely going to build confidence in your managerial team, but they're also going to take that confidence and then be able to apply it as they are guiding employees to reach their very best self. Another article shared that effective coaching leads to higher employee engagement and productivity. I believe we understand that. And employees who receive effective managerial coaching report positive outcomes, with 81% being very productive and 73% always feeling engaged. So there's benefits to taking a coaching approach, to making sure our managers are not only, our employees are not only promoted to managerial roles, but that we take them through a process of training, including a coaching approach. So the impact of coaching in organizations is that your organization begins to create a culture of coaching. And when your organization creates a culture of coaching, then you have improved employee performance. So coaching helps employees identify their strengths and weaknesses, set achievable goals, and take ownership of their work, which is what we need. We need our employees to own the work. Why? Because managers and people leaders have their own responsibilities that they have to complete. In addition to the improved employee experience, what happens when we take a coaching approach and when we add coaching into the organization is that you have an enhanced employee engagement. Employees who feel supported by their managers are more likely to be engaged and satisfied at work. We know that employees don't leave organizations, they leave managers. And the reason why they're leaving managers is because the individuals in charge, the leaders, are not providing the proper training for the right amount of time. And I believe we have to add in a coaching approach because of the shifting time frames that we're in. When you add coaching into your managerial skills, you have reduced turnover, which is what we want. So organizations that invest in managerial coaching experience lower employee turnover rates. And as employees begin to feel valued and supported, they are going to want to stay. As you have questions, good evening, Char Michelle. As you have questions, you can drop them in our chat feature. I'm going to keep going. So that coaching tip that equips now is to understand the difference between coaching and supervising. So when we're thinking about a supervision or supervising for people leaders involves managing workflows, assigning tasks, monitoring team performance to achieve organizational goals. And that approach ensures that the daily operations run smoothly, that timelines are met, and standards are upheld. All right. When we begin to think about coaching, for example, coaching, on the other hand, it focuses on the personal and professional development of team members. And it emphasizes guiding individuals to problem solving, building skills, and thinking critically for their future success. So, an example as it relates to supervising. Let's just say a team lead in a marketing department notices that a team member has missed a deadline for delivering social media content. And so the supervisor goes in and intervenes and says, we need the campaign post finalized by the end of the day. Prioritize this over your other tasks and send me the drafts for review as soon as they're ready. So that's an example of supervising. So if we take this same example and we are functioning as a coach, the same marketing team lead notice the missed deadline and approaches the situation with coaching. Here it is. I noticed the deadline for the campaign post was missed. Here we go. What challenges came up while working on this project? See, that's a difference there. How might you organize your workload differently next time to avoid this? What support or resources would help you to improve your process? So as you can see here, as the example showed, when the team lead notices that the team member has missed the deadline, when they were functioning as a supervisor, they were very directive. They were moving from a place of this is what you need to do, which is opposite for coaching. Coaching is noticing that the campaign deadline was missed, but then going to the employee, empowering them to provide descriptive responses, to share solutions, and share what happened in that situation. Now, both of these approaches will get to the bottom line. One is very empowering, which is the coaching approach, and one is very disempowering, which is the supervision approach. But both are very effective, okay? Or both will get to the result. All right, let me just say it like that. Both will get to the results. So I want us to keep in mind that that is the difference. And so while supervising and coaching have distinct purposes, effective leaders understand how to blend these approaches to meet both immediate and long-term goals. So there is a difference between supervising and coaching, and we're looking at this from a people leader's perspective. So your tip that equips is to understand the difference between coaching and supervising. So when should we supervise? I have a full training for managers that I provide in terms of teaching managers to take a coaching approach, teaching managers to be able to decide on when we should supervise and when we should coach. If you are interested in bringing me to your organization to implement this training, please go to my website, TheCoachingSeat.com, go to the leadership development and organizational development tab and fill out my consultation form, and I'll connect with you with an appointment. So let me go back to this. So when to use supervision, okay? When to supervise? Well, we have to supervise during critical tasks that require precision and adherence to strict guidelines. In situations where immediate action is needed to address performance issues or crises. So that's going to be when you supervise, when supervision is necessary. And then the third area of that is when assigning roles and responsibilities to ensure clarity and alignment. So I shared with you three areas of when we should supervise. Now, here's also three areas of when we should coach, when to coach. All right. So this is when we're in a situation where we want to develop team members' skills, their confidence, and leadership abilities. Or we want to address underlying issues that are affecting or impacting performance, such as a lack of motivation or inspiration or clarity. And then the third area of when the coach is to encourage ownership and creativity and also innovation among team members. So in the training, I really delve into this. We work through scenarios and I give you examples as we move forward. And so that's when to supervise and that's when to coach. I am going to wrap this coaching tip or this tip that equips up with this. As we look at those differences between supervising and coaching, we look at the aspect like the primary focus. The primary focus for supervising is task completion and performance versus the primary focus for coaching is skill building and growth. So there's a different there as it relates to the primary focus. If we look at the approach for supervising, the approach is very directive. It's providing instruction. For coaching, the approach is very collaborative and is asking questions, active listening, and guiding. If we look at the differences between the goal of supervising, that goal is short-term outcomes. When you look at the goal of coaching, that goal is for long-term development. Are you understanding and seeing the differences between supervising and coaching? Okay, let's take it a step further. The feedback style for a person who's providing supervision is corrective and addressing issues. The feedback style for a people leader that's taking a coaching approach is very reflective, and it encourages self-awareness and learning. And then if we look at like a relationship dynamic for supervisors or supervising, it's a manager-employee type relationship. But if you look at that relationship dynamic in coaching, it's a mentor-mentee relationship. So this is your tip that is equipping you. All right. And this was the people leader edition. We're taking a people leader's perspective on this, that we have to understand the difference between supervising and coaching. Well, I am Toyinda Smith Carter, and I have enjoyed my time with you all tonight. Again, we do provide this manager or people leader training where we really dig into this entire content area of knowing when to coach, knowing when to supervise, knowing how to add a coaching approach inside of what they are doing inside of the organization, so that we create a culture of coaching. I want you to check out our website at THECOACHINGSEAT.com, and you will find out more information and how to connect with me and bring me in for training. But I really enjoyed my time with you all tonight. We will have a portion of this training inside of our the Coaching Seats Alliance for Professional Coaches, which is our professional development hub for those who are in the coaching domain. So we'll have a portion of this in there from a mentoring perspective, and then we offer training in this space. I want to thank you, Coach Char Michelle McDowell, for joining this evening. And yes, I do see your comment that when we tell or when we direct, it is very disempowering. But when we coach and we ask questions and listen, then it becomes very empowering. So thank you again. Go to our website to get more information about this training for people leaders. I would really enjoy bringing it to your organization. Again, I'm Toyinda Smith Carter. I am the principal of the Coaching Seat, and we are definitely concerned about your process for retaining those very, very, very good employees. All right. So we will see you on the next broadcast.